In this video, I'm gonna break down step-by-step how to get your first 100 clients for your service-based business. And the big thing to understand is what gets you from 0 to 10 clients is gonna be completely different than what gets you to 50 to 100 clients. So we're gonna break through what each of these phases looks like and exactly what to do and what to focus on so you guys can continue to grow without hitting those plateaus. So the first phase is what I really just like to call the grind phase. This is where you go from 0 to 10 clients. And this is oftentimes the hardest part of getting a business off the ground, is because nobody knows you, you're not good at what you do, and you have no idea what you're doing, which is completely okay. This is why you guys are watching this video. So from 0 to 10, the biggest thing you should focus on is not necessarily making money, is getting experience and getting in front of clients. A lot of people make that mistake of, okay, I need to make money now. I need to charge what I'm worth or charge what the market is charging. But again, that's not going to work because nobody knows you. You don't have a reputation and you're probably not that good at what you do. So this first phase is I need to get better at my craft. I need rep. The way that you're going to do that is by essentially charging nothing or charging very cheap, well below market rate, because there's going to be people out there who just care about the price and don't care about the quality. You can pick up a handful of those. And what you're going to do in this process is start to get some reviews. Hey, after I give you this service, I'll do it for free for a month or whatever it may be. Can you give me some input? Can you give me a review? Can you maybe tag me on social media? Anything to just get a little bit of exposure and get some results. You need some sort of case study. So when people ask you, okay, what's your experience? You can say, hey, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. Cool. They then know that you know what you're doing. They now know that, okay, this person knows what they're doing. But at first you don't have that. So from 0 to 10, you're just worried about getting in front of clients. Now, the way that you're going to do this is depending on what your service is and what your business is. You're going to go through your contact list and reach out to everybody that you know that might potentially be interested. And if they're not going to be interested, say, hey, do you know anybody who might be interested in this service that I can present this to? Now, after that, then you're going to start to reach out to people who don't know you. And the way that you're going to do this is by putting yourself in their shoes and see, how can I provide value to them? This is another big mistake that people make in this phase, is they think, oh, can you help me? How can you do something for me? When in reality, you want to be turning it the other way around. How can I do something for you? Right? So for me, in this example of what I did in this phase, my first 2 clients were relatively higher level basketball training clients. Trained them for free, trained them for years for free, to be frankly honest, just because they had some credibility. They were more popular in the area. So that was able to start to bring me in clients because they said, oh, he's working with this person. The other 3 to 7 clients that I worked with, almost next to nothing, right? Charging $10 an hour to me. Again, this was just an opportunity to get reps. I was using it to post on social media, to start to get some stories out there, tag them. They're starting to share it a little bit. And then you're going to use this to just get results. When you can get people results, then they're going to start talking. The word is going to start spreading. Now, this might take a little while. It might take 3 months. It might take 6 months to just get some momentum going. The big thing here to picture is like a snowball rolling down a hill. Everything that you're going to do from here on out is going to be easier. That's why it's so tough in the beginning. You need so much energy, so much effort to just get that snowball moving down the road. You're going to start posting on social media. You're going to have a website. There's going to be 0 traffic. Your Instagram content, your YouTube content, nobody's going to watch it. Nobody's going to care. You're not going to get any clients off it, but you're slowly going to start to build momentum. You're going to get 100, 200, 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers. And as you'll see into the next phases, it's actually going to start yielding your results. But in the beginning, it's not. In the beginning, almost all the people you reach out to aren't going to care, aren't going to answer you. That is how the game goes. That's why it's so hard to go from 0 to 10. But once you can get your 10, and don't care how you get them, don't care at what price, just get in front of clients, get those results, get some experience, and then start to build on it, moving on to phase 2. Now, phase 2 is where we're going to go from 10 to 40. The best quote I can give you for this: move fast, break things. In terms of social media, post as much as you possibly can. Not only are you going to start getting a little bit more exposure, you're going to get better at your craft. You're going to find out what resonates with the audience, what works, what doesn't. Then you can build on that. In terms of outreach, reach out to everybody. Try to get in front of as many clients as you possibly can. Things are going to break, right? You're going to have clients slip through the cracks. You're going to have some clients leave. You're going to have some clients maybe give you a bad review, whatever it may be. You just want to move so fast that you're able to get so much experience, so much reps. But above all, in this phase, you want to make sure that you're giving your clients the best service you possibly can. Again, the biggest thing across the board in all of this is your reputation. When you can have a reputation of you get results for your clients, you do an exceptional job in terms of servicing your client, whatever it may be. Maybe you're a physical therapist, massage therapist, or roofer, landscaper, but you do such a good job, they're going to start to talk to people. In this phase 2, we're going to start to slowly get clients from kind of everywhere. A little bit off social media, some off word of mouth, some off Google SEO, and then maybe you dabble a little bit with Facebook ads, Google ads. You're probably going to spend money, probably going to waste some money, but you're going to learn things across the board. But a lot of people, again, they get stuck at like 10, 12 because they don't want to test things. They don't don't want to break things. They don't want to move fast. They want everything to be perfect. You're not going to continue to scale unless you break things, unless you test the system, figure out what broke, quote unquote. Okay, a customer, went through the cracks, or I missed communication here. Okay, what system can I put in place? What SOP can I put in place to fill that gap so it doesn't happen again? And then this is where you really start to turn it from maybe a hobby, you're not that good at what you do, now you get some momentum, into a legitimate business. So from 10 to 50, again, this is still very tough. Nobody's really gonna care about you. Instagram's still not great, your website's not great, but this is where you're gonna start to transition it into a legitimate business and slowly start to increase your prices. Now that you have some momentum, your outreach might hit a little bit better, right? You're reaching out to people, hey, how can I provide value to you? How can I come in and do a free service for you? The people you wanna be reaching out to are what I call the gatekeepers. So who are the people that have your ideal clients in their circle and provide value to them? So for me, this was AAU coaches, travel coaches, middle school coaches, high school coaches, all of these people, right? And I can provide value to them. And they all have pockets of 10, 20 clients that they can send me. Now I'm gonna start to get a constant flow of leads through these people. And again, I was in the position of, hey, I'm trying to help you. Don't even worry about paying me back or it being, an even trade. I'll give you more value. In this phase, again, a big quote or thing that I always repeated to myself was, the man who does more than he's paid will soon be paid for more than what he does. And in these two first phases, you're doing a whole lot more than what you're getting paid for. You are not getting paid your worth. You are putting in 10 hours to get paid for really 3, right? You're doing so much more, giving so much more value than you're getting in return for value, and that's okay. But once you get into phase 3, once you build a reputation, you'll eventually get paid for way more than what you guys are doing and the effort that you're putting in. So as you start to wrap up this phase, make sure you guys have, you've nailed down processes. You've nailed down, okay, a payment process scheduler. I have systems, I have automations. I know exactly what to do at each of these phases. So the business is now more so a system that can almost run itself, right? It's almost like it's a flywheel where you can just turn it on and it can go. So now once we get to, 50 clients, that's where we need to really master paid acquisition, where getting from 50 to 100, you can't really rely on just say word of mouth or some social media. Depends on the business, maybe you can, but for most of them, organic content is going to plateau. You're at 50 clients, you're getting maybe 5 to 7 people off of word of mouth, but you're still churning 3 to 5 people. It's gonna take you years to really grow your business. Now you're at a point, you have some capital. You can reinvest that capital. So with paid acquisition, oh, hey, I'm gonna put $1,000 into ads because you tested, because you dabbled in that middle phase, and you obviously fine-tuned all your systems, you built up your reputation. Now those ads are gonna convert. Now you're turning 1,000 into 5,000. Okay, next month I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do 2,000 into 10. And you're just gonna keep doing that cycle over and over again. And now that you have all your systems in place, now you have your reputation, now you have a following on social media, it becomes so much easier. Like I said, that snowball, it's rolling now. Now you barely you put a finger on it and it's gonna roll. You have people who are coming to you off social media without you even trying. You have people who are getting, referred to left and right, who have heard about you because you built up a reputation, because you provided so much value, because you're so good at what you do, which was built in those first 2 phases. And then now your ads are gonna hit a lot better because again, they see that, hey, I have proof of concept. I've worked with these clients, or I've serviced, all of this area, and you have 500 Google reviews. It's going to be so much easier for all of these things to convert, but you need to go through that shitty phase of, in the beginning, grinding it out. Nobody caring about who you are, nobody respecting you, nobody answering your calls, your DMs, your emails. That's just how it's going to work in the beginning, but you're not going to get to that point where it all becomes a lot easier and it all just kind of flows, right? That's that compounding reputation. That's that compounding effort that you did in the beginning that's now going to start to pay off with very little effort. So now the reason why I say to typically wait until you're at this phase to really turn on the ads and really spend some money is, if you do it in the beginning when you're not as good, you're gonna get a ton of people who know that you're maybe not that good. You're gonna get a ton of people who aren't gonna really convert because you're not the best that you can. That's why I say dabble with it, start to fine tune those processes, invest the money that you're making that middle phase back into yourself, get better. And then once you really have that process down, that's when you wanna really turn the ads on. This is where we're trying to throw fuel onto the fire and really speed this up. So this is really the 3-step process of getting from 0 to 100, depending on the scale of your business, right? Maybe you're a massage therapist, maybe you're a sports coach, maybe you're a marketer. What those numbers look like, it could be 0 to 10 to 20 to 50, it could be 0 to 1,000, right? Who knows? So, but these are really the 3 phases that you're going to go through, and each phase is going to be distinctly different. Notice that what you're going to do in the beginning isn't going to make sense necessarily in the middle, and it's especially not going to make sense once you're at that other phase. So each phase is going to look a little bit different. Each phase is going to require a slightly new version of yourself with new skills and new abilities and a new mindset to get to that next phase, right? So that is really what it looks like. If you guys need any help with any of these, you can do a free consultation call, kind of break down which stage you're at, what you may be doing right, what you may be doing wrong. You can find that on our website. But above all, if you guys like the video, drop a like, drop a sub. A lot of you guys who are watching are not subscribed, and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think and any other things you guys want to see us talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next video soon. Peace.